guitar enthusiasts, Lauren Bateman here. In this lesson video, we're going to be going over All My Lovin' by the Beatles. Let's get into it. Now we will be using a capo on the 2nd fret for this song, so grab your capo, clamp it around the 2nd fret, and we're going to be playing all the chords relative to our capo. So to start off this lesson, what chords are we going to be using? Well, we're going to be using an A major chord, an E minor chord, a G major chord, a D major chord. We're also going to be playing a 7 chord, an A7, and a B minor chord. Now, I know a B minor chord is a bar chord, so for those of you that aren't good with bar chords yet or playing them, that's okay. You can use your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers. I'll put my easy B minor up here. So it's the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers on the 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string at the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th frets, right? Just follow that diagram up there. That will get you through the song if you don't know your B minor chord that well yet. The other chord, good to know, A. If you don't know A7, just lift up your middle finger. It is your A7 chord. I tell students it's the only chord where you're allowed to flick me off. So if you want to do that, please be nice. But A to A7, just lift up that middle finger if you use the 3-fingered A chord. So let's talk about the chord progression for this verse. We're going to talk about the verse first. I'll give you some strumming patterns, then we'll talk about the chorus and the guitar solo, what the chord progressions are, what we're going to do for each of those sections. So the chord progression for the verse is E minor, A7, D, B minor, then G, E minor, C, A7. And then we repeat most of that except for the ending. It's going to be E minor, A7, D, B minor. Nothing changes there. Then we have G, A major, D, and D. And we're going to be doing something special on that last D that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But first, let's talk about a strumming pattern that we can use on this verse. So the easiest way to strum this song is just to keep it on a straight beat. I think it's better played more like a shuffle triplet feel. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's start with the easiest version first. So what I recommend, let's start with our E minor chord, okay? And I would just do 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that's going to be strummed down, down, up, down, down, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I played those first 4 chords, it would sound like this. That's the simplest way. I know it doesn't sound exactly like the song, but remember when you're just getting started, simple strumming patterns will help you play the songs and have more fun than trying to match it exactly with the song. So that's one way we can strum the song. The other way, and this one will probably sound a little bit better to some of you, is going to be a syncopated pattern. It's going to be down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so we're missing a downbeat on the 3rd beat. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 4 and. So let's take our E minor. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, and 4 and. Okay, so if I played those first 4 chords, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's that sound? Pretty good, huh? But you can hear with that strumming pattern, it probably sounds a lot more like the song. And I think I swung it a little bit. So a swung is more of a triplet feel. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So if I played this very straight. So that sounds fine. It works, right? But now here it is if it's swung a little bit. Can you hear the difference? If you're not used to playing a more swung rhythm, don't worry about it. Keep it on the straight rhythm. It'll be perfectly fine. It'll work for this song. Now, before I go into the 4th and most difficult strumming pattern, but the one that's probably used on the record, is we're going to talk about what we're going to do on that final D chord of these verses. So we've got, you know, while I'm away, So that last D, we're just gonna strum one down on the one beat, and then we're gonna mute the chord with our fretting hand. So if I just play that last 4 chords, it'd be send on loving, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you would go into either the chorus. This song goes verse, verse, and then a chorus. So if we were gonna go into the chorus, that would be the B minor, would be after that, so it'd be send my loving to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we get into our chorus. So before we get into the different strumming that we're going to use on the chorus, I want to show you one final strumming pattern that you should know about this song for this verse. It is definitely the hardest one to play, so you may want to stick with some of these easier ones I've already shown you. Hey guys, real quick, hope you're enjoying the lesson so far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This way YouTube will notify you when I release more videos just like this one. All right, so the strumming pattern on this is using that triplet, but it's strumming every single triplet. If you really listen to the song, you'll hear the electric guitar, and they're probably just playing the bottom 3 strings or so, but this takes some practice. So basically the pattern's gonna be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we end up on an up strum on that 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Played down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so we end on the 4. So it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 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 Now, if you listen to this on the record, they're playing it very fast. Let me see if I can do it without practicing. It's kind of tricky. So you can hear that's probably the tempo of the song. So it's a really tricky little strumming pattern if you've never done this before, playing triplets that fast. It hustles. Count it. Let's see. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and... Now, there were multiple guitar players in this band. If I were going to play this song and sing it myself, I would probably stick with the shuffle pattern, And that's exactly what I'm going to do in the play-along version of this song. I'll put a link up here if you guys want to go play along with me. When that's ready, the link will pop up and you can follow along with me. So the chorus section of the song, we get into using our B minor chord and our D chord here. And when I listen to the recording, all I hear is the guitar really doing this. He's going 1, 2, 3, and 4, or a 4 on the shuffle. 1, 2, a 4. 1, 2, 3, a 4. And then he goes to D. Now, you can hear what I'm doing with the strumming. I'm kind of muting the strumming in between. I really believe that there is just bar chords here. So there's probably this B minor chord as a bar chord, and then there's going to be a D major bar chord here. Why do I think they're doing that? Because of the strumming. So here's the chords without the muting. So here's the B minor with the muting here first. 1, 2. So you hear that. Now here it is without the muting. Will it work either way? It will. And can you do the muting on the D chords, the open chords? Yes, you have to do it with your palm instead of your fretting hand. So all I'm doing is I'm strumming the chord, and then I'm releasing the pressure on the fretting hand. That's why bar chords are great. You can do these percussive rhythms. Okay, hear that? I'm strumming and releasing. Strumming and releasing. If you don't know bar chords, don't worry. Just do the open chords, and don't worry. Just strum on 2, a 4. So it's down, up, down. So we got all my loving to you. Okay, so that's all you're going to be doing on that chorus section, it's double B minor, double D, and it just repeats. All that you have to do is choose what strumming pattern you're going to use. You don't have to do this strumming pattern. You can stick with the ones you've already been using, but if you want to try and spice it up and make it sound a little bit more like the record, that's what you can do. So the final section and final change of this song is going to be the solo section. The chord progression for this is double G, double D, E minor, A, double D. All right, now what strumming pattern can we use here? I'm hearing the strumming pattern over the chorus, so that 2, a 4, 2, a 4, but you could also as easily use the down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Or again, whatever, if you're just doing forced downs, just do that. Keep it simple. So you can do whatever works best for you guys to your skill level. And then once you're out of the solo, we do another verse and another chorus, and that's the song. Hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Practice all those different strumming variations. YouTube's gonna throw a couple more lessons up here. Hope to see you guys in another lesson video.